Alright, what's up? It's your boy Carcino here. Now, everybody know how I am with the Wu-Tang. If you don't know, it's the Wu-Tang all day. Wu-Tang, nigga! No. I've always thrown the W up. You know, I remember I first got introduced to Wu-Tang. My cousin came in and he had this tape, Wu-Tang, and he had Method Man, M.E.T. And I come in the door and he's like, man, you gotta hear this. And I ain't want to hear nothing because he on playing my equipment without my permission. So that overruled everything. I ain't want to hear the music. It was, look, I don't care what that is. Cut that off and get it out of my system. Because it's in my way. Then, he played it. I think somebody else played it. And he had, I think, Bring the Ruckus and Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing. And he was playing those songs. And M.E.T.H.O.D. the Method Man. So he was playing all these jams. And I was like, man, I heard these. And he's like, I was trying to get you to listen to it when I was playing it. I already had these songs. Somebody else was playing it. Then I saw the video for Method Man. And then I saw Wu-Tang. And I saw the Mystery of Chess Boxing. And the rest was history. From that point on, done. Now, throughout the years, Wu-Tang has grown to become a mega phenomenon. The double CD did astronomical numbers, and Loud Records is still going through their little funk, but they getting ready to go with their heavy hitters because the only people that really brought Loud any money was Mobb Deep and Wu-Tang. They really built the label. So, Loud right now, I don't know what was going on with Steve and the money, but here comes a situation where they gotta make a move. And when they had to make a move, they had to get a third album out. And they was trying to finish it, the W. Now, in order to get everybody mind state and keep everybody together and focused, RZA was trying to do something he hasn't done in a long time. At this point, most of the Wu-Tang members all have solo albums. Like Raekwon's second album, he had 2 albums out. Ghost had an album out. Capadonna even had an album out. And RZA had a couple albums already out, and you know, the RZA album's out. So all of these things are happening. It's hard to bring everybody back in the fold to make a CD or one CD that's gonna go to everybody. So when this was done, RZA rented out a house in California. So all the Wu-Tang could be up in the crib, so they can go ahead and do what they had to do. So here it is. They get the crib, right? Everybody there, and everybody's cool. Like, oh, this is a good idea. So they all vibing, they all living in the same house, and then they write. Now, of course, just like the old days, it was conflict, but now it's different. You know, everybody's got their own buzz, their confidence is high, they got their own people that's looking up to them, like artists and stuff they trying to manage. And the RZA has got to do what he always do when everybody making songs and they jumping on tracks. The RZA got to make the cuts so that he can make the songs, you know, complete all the records. And when it comes to Method Man, Meth seems to always have a problem when the RZA decides that there's a cut to be made and they gotta cut the RZA's. The RZA gotta make a cut, and he cuts Method Man lines. Meth just goes into it like a depressional funk where he just messing up the vibe for everybody. And he's getting ready to fight people, and he's just like he moody. He in a bad mood, so he's gonna have an attitude problem. And Ghost ain't somebody who he ain't gonna care about your problem. If you got an attitude problem, he's just like, I don't care. I really don't care if you got an attitude problem. He's salty, whatever. So they get into an argument, Ghost and Meth. They in there arguing about lines. Ray jump in there and argue, and they all arguing over lines, and he's telling Ghost, don't nobody even understand what you saying half the time. Don't nobody even understand them lines, and you let Ghost go on and on and on talking about whatever. You should just cut him completely off the song. And Ghost is like, I don't give up if nobody understand what I'm saying. So that was his whole thing. I don't give up if don't nobody understand what I'm saying. I know what I'm talking about. So he's telling Meth, like, dude, he cutting it because it's garbage. You just rambling. You rambling about nothing but garbage. That's why you trying to cut it to save you. He cutting it to save you because people gonna be like, man, Meth whack. Dude, step your game up. Step your lines up. We can go bar for bar right now. Me and you on a record, any record. Pull your records out. You go bar to bar from us. And here he go talking about some Ghosts. My album way better than your album. You can play song for song. Ask RZA. Tell him. Production, lyrics, I blow through you. Every time. $1.50. Whatever. We can go bar to bar. So enough was enough. They start wrestling in the house. It almost broke the piano leg. So when that happened, I think the street light come up there, and I don't know if Street was there that day. But they almost broke the piano. That's when RZA was like, look, I sent both y'all to the crib. I bounced both y'all here, cut you all out the album. Whatever we got, that's all you get. RZA came and put it down and told him, look, I make the cuts just like I did on the first album, just like I did on the second album. You know why I made the cuts. Everybody got to get on the album. We got a certain time. People going to get cut. That's just it. That's just how it works. It's how it always been. Now, people egos is out because they got records out. They don't want to be cut. So, it is what it is. RZA's like, this is what it is, and we got to do it this way. So, everybody respected RZA. Plus he had everybody's contract. Nobody was going to put a hand on the RZA, I'll tell you that much. That was for sure. And after that, they went, and what's his name said, we're going to have a meeting in the office. I want you, and you in this room. So that's what RZA called the office. And he went in there with, he had the keyboards and stuff in there. He told him, he's like, look, man, Meth, you putting everybody in a foul mood. We had an interview to do today. In the interview, you just like nonchalant, not feeling it. So they felt Meth wasn't giving all of his all on the record, on the album, when the album was completed. And Ghost was trying to outdo Meth and just thinking about other stuff. He was in a foul mood. So both of them two recorded the albums in a foul mood. And it backfired. And when it backfired like that, when everybody was in a foul mood and just ready to fight each other and stuff over stupid stuff that didn't make no difference, they had to patch it up quick and come back with another album. RZA knew, like, man, we just got to get this done. And when they put the record out, the album out, and they listened to it, it was like, it's cool, but this ain't, this for a Wu album, the W should have really meant something. Like, this album should have really been like, this is the Wu. This is like, okay, but this is not like Wu-Tang. So when they came back with the Iron Flag album, that was the album they should have came with. But they knew they had to go back to the studio and come back and hit them hard, because they knew they just put out a commercial album, basically, with Gravel Pit and all that. Even though Gravel Pit was tough, it was too commercial. That album was just not Wu-Tang. So they rushed out and did Iron Flag. Just really just threw that out with no promotion or nothing, you know, because Loud Records is getting ready to close the doors. So they came out with Pink Uzi and everything else, and it started to jail. But everybody mentally was in the right place when that happened. But that's a Wu-Tang story that many of y'all probably never heard or didn't know took place during the W era. And I'm out. I mean, there's plenty of Wu-Tang stories. I mean, you can go 30,000 deep. But, yeah, I'm out.